Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is living their best life, and if you're not, please do something today to put you on the path living your best life. So, long time no see. Today's video is going to be another addition to the Reset and Refresh series, specifically the shadow work portion. So if you haven't already, go ahead and check out a few more of my videos that is in relation to shadow work to get a better understanding of what it is, as well as to touch on some shadow work in regards to fear, the fear of unknown, especially just diving a little bit deep into that. But today what we're going to be diving deep into is shadow work to heal low self-worth or even feelings and thoughts of worthlessness. Okay? So as a quick recap, shadow work is basically the process of facing the things that we don't want to put a light on. That can be shame, fear, aggression, self-worth, especially low self-worth. Just things that we don't really want to acknowledge but plagues our life in the present moment. And a lot of times we do know that we need to do that shadow work because our body is going to let us know. For example, if one of the things that you need to shed light on is fear, your body is going to show that in ways of sweat, your heart racing during moments that trigger you in that fearful state, okay? You might freeze. You might have that fight or flight reaction, you know? And that's just an example of something that you can do shadow work on. Again, shadow work, it doesn't replace professional help. So if you do need professional help and you have access to get that, please use your resources and please get professional help. Okay? With that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into this video with the theme and the intention being healing low self-worth. So to begin, let's go ahead and ground ourselves, because whenever we do shadow work, it can be very vulnerable and very intense, especially if you choose to really look at the things that are hurting you and really shed light on the things that you don't want to shed light on. Okay? So, to begin, go ahead and sit or lay down in a comfortable position. We're going to just start off with some simple breathing exercises to help ground our energy and to help us have a nice, peaceful baseline. Okay? So go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hold at the top for 1, 2, 3, and release. We're going to go ahead and do that a few more times, but as we do so, go ahead and rub your hands together and generate a little bit of heat. Breathe in. As you exhale, go ahead and place your left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Begin to gently close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Begin to breathe at your own pace and set your palms face down on your knees or on the surface below you, and begin to just feel how your body feels against whatever surface you're on. So if you're sitting upright, pay attention to the sensation on your back as it touches the wall or the chair behind you. Pay attention to how your legs feel as it's reaching and touching the surface below you. and just relax into those surfaces. Continue to breathe deeply and just imagine yourself sinking and being hugged by the surfaces against your skin. Relax the muscles in your face. Relax your forehead. Relax your shoulders. Allow them to fall down. Relax any and all tension in your hips and thighs. Relax your legs. Relax your hands and feet. With each breath you take, fall deeper and deeper into a relaxed state. Allow yourself to be present in this moment. Go ahead and take 2 deep breaths with me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Continue to breathe as you bring some movement back into your fingers and toes. Place your left hand over your heart. Place your right hand over your heart. And allow yourself to speak to yourself. I am giving myself the space to just be. Again, I am giving myself the space to just be. And then gently open your eyes if you haven't done so already. I hope that you guys found that very grounding, because now onto the work, okay? Get out a journal. Get out a pen. If you don't like to write, get out your phone. And if you're on your phone, get out a different device, get out a mirror, whatever you need, and speak this to yourself, okay, as we uncover. So, as I mentioned beforehand, shadow work is a process of shedding light on the things that we don't want to shed light on. And we do this in the hopes of finding the root cause. And either when we find that root cause, we're going to either integrate it back within ourselves, especially on topics of shame and that sort. And then with other things, if we feel like we need to, we can go ahead and release that and let go of it naturally. Okay? And that is the purpose at the end of shadow work, either to integrate it back within us and accept it as an aspect of ourselves, or to let it go if it no longer serves. So, once you have your journal and your pen, Also get a little bit of water, maybe some tissues, whatever you need, because we're going to go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I have written down a few questions and the type of shadow work that I like to do. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoy journaling. Again, if journaling isn't your thing, you can always speak to yourself in the mirror as you answer these questions, or you can even go on your phone and record a video of you just answering these questions. With each question, I am going to lead you through some examples of what you can go ahead and write down if you feel called to do so. But this is your time, so write down whatever comes to your heart. Don't judge yourself of what comes up with these questions. Allow it to flow. One thing I should know as well is that all questions, especially depending on how introspective you are already or how much you know about yourself, there might not be an answer for each question, and that's okay. Don't judge yourself if nothing comes up for you at this time. It might take a little while, you know? When you're uncovering different layers of yourself, especially pieces of yourself that you don't want to acknowledge and don't want anybody to see, it's very easy to hide behind, I don't know. You know, it's very easy and it's very natural. And that's okay. If you don't know at this time, you just don't know. It doesn't make you bad, it doesn't make you wrong. There's no positive or negative when it comes to shadow work. It just is what it is. Okay? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So for this first question, and I am going to leave the questions down below. What specific situations or triggers tend to make me feel worthless? So, with this question, I would like for you guys to think about a time where that feeling of worthlessness is triggered. So, is it by chance when you're on social media scrolling? Is that something that triggers that feeling of worthlessness? Are there people around you telling you who you should be or what you should do? Does that make you feel some type of way? Is there a place that you go to or an environment that you're in that always just triggers that feeling? And if so, go ahead and make a list of those specific triggers in those situations that make you feel the way that you do. Go ahead and take your time, pause this video if you need to, and then when you're ready, come back for the second question. Alrighty, so for the second question here, what negative self-talk patterns do I engage in when I feel this way? So when you are triggered to feel worthless, and you might be feeling that way now, that's why you felt called to click on this video, what thoughts are running through your mind right now? Is it possibly, are you judging yourself? Are you telling yourself that you're worthless? Is that a thought that keeps on repeating like a tape in your mind? If so, write down that thought, put it on paper, observe it on paper. Just look at it. What other thoughts come up to your mind? Is it something dark that you don't want to share with anybody? Is it maybe something negative like, oh, I can't do this, or nothing works out for me? And I don't mean to use the word negative, but you guys know what I mean, okay? There ain't no really positive or negative in regards to observing your thoughts. It just is what it is. But y'all know what I mean, okay? So take a second, and when you do remember being in those triggered situations, or even if you feel triggered right now with that thought or that feeling of worthlessness, go ahead and write down the thoughts that are running like a tape in your mind. And take some time again, and when you're ready, come back for question 3. Now, question 3. How have these feelings of worthlessness impacted my life and relationships? Now, me personally, whenever those feelings came up, especially when it comes to self-worth or insecurities, I would tend to avoid people and avoid change. And if you're like that, go ahead and write that down. And if you do tend to avoid certain things to not get triggered in that regard, why is that? Ask yourself the question why. Do you feel like you'll be judged? And if so, by who? And to make it a little bit deeper, why do you care? You know? Just take a second here and again reflect on how have these feelings of worthlessness impacted my life and relationships. Question number 4. Are there any recurring patterns or past experiences that may be contributing to these feelings? I'm going to repeat that. Are there any recurring patterns or past experiences that may be contributing to these feelings? So this one is very case by case, a very unique circumstance, and you may need to take some time to sit down and reflect on this question as you think back on some things in the past, some past experiences, and how they're showing up in your life right now. One example can be, say that you've been in an unhealthy relationship. When did an unhealthy relationship get shown to you first? Or when was the first time that you experienced one? And how is that affecting your current relationships now? Are you used to being in one-sided relationships? Are you used to people or seeing people being hurt, or you being hurt yourself? And is that something that is perpetuating and still continuing to cycle through your life right now? And is that something that's contributing to your feeling of worthlessness? I don't know. This question is very case by case. For some people, you may not have an answer to it, and that's fine. But for those of you that feel a little bit called to answer this question, but you just don't know what to write down, please pause the video, sit with this question, meditate on it, and give yourself the time and space to reflect. Okay? And then when you're ready, come back for the next question. Alrighty, next question, question 5. What experience do I have that contradicts the belief that I am worthless? So this isn't necessarily heavy shadow work. It's more on the side of like light work, shedding light on the positive or the things that you prefer, So again, what evidence do I have in my life that contradicts the belief that I am worthless? One thing I would like to note here, especially if you are in the middle of feeling, or if you are in the middle of being triggered to feel this way of low self-worth or worthlessness, the fact that you're alive right now and watching this video, the fact that this video even showed up for you, because hun, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm a very small YouTuber. I have very niche content on this channel. It's me all over the place sometimes, but it's targeting a specific group of people. Okay? So the fact that this came up for you, that you clicked on this video, that you're even this far into the video, alive right now watching, that right there is something that contradicts that feeling of worthlessness. Okay? You are seeking help. Your body is rejecting those feelings. Your body is rejecting those thoughts. And because it is rejecting it, your body is telling you that since you're not in alignment with that, it's not natural for you to experience and feel those feelings of low self-worth. Your body is always going to let you know when something is not in alignment with you, and your body is always going to let you know when an experience just ain't for you anymore. When you either have to learn from it and integrate it back within whatever lesson that you need to learn, or when it's time to let it go. So the fact that you clicked on this video, the fact that you're hearing my voice right now, the fact that you're this far into the video is proof that you're not worthless. It's proof that you have a high self-worth, and you know that you have a high self-worth. Because if you didn't know that, and to your core, if you did not know that, you would not have clicked on this video. You would not be sitting here looking at me, hearing me talk. you would have clicked off immediately. Okay, so let that be proof. Okay, again, take some time to sit with that question. What evidence do I have that contradicts the belief that I am worthless? Whatever comes up for you, write it down. But as a reminder, if you clicked on this video, if you're sitting here looking at me talking, you know that you are worth a lot. You know that you have a high self-worth. You know that you deserve to feel like you got a high self-worth. Right now, you're just doing the work. Period. Good for you. Next question. I think it's question number 6, yeah? What are some of my unique strengths, talents, or qualities that I can acknowledge and celebrate? Again, with some light work, you feel? Because whenever we do some really heavy shadow work, especially shedding light on something like worthlessness, we need some preferable things to reflect on as well. And especially right now, if you are in a triggered state where you feel worthless, this question, it might be tough for you, and that's okay. That's actually very normal. When our body is rejecting thoughts that would be in alignment with high self-worth, you catch my drift, it's going to do everything it can to fight off any positive attribute that we can associate with ourselves. It's going to reject every kind word. It's going to reject everything because it's fighting to stay alive. Okay? Think of these feelings not as you, but as an entity that wants to remain alive. Okay? So, that feeling of low self-worth that's manifested within you, it's going to do everything it can to stay alive. So it's going to block off any memories that you have of positive attributes, of talents, of strengths, or whatever. And it's only going to play in your head the thoughts and the memories, no matter if they're real or not, that convince you of that low self-worth. It's going to force you to continue feeding it, if you catch my drift. It wants to stay alive. So this question might be very, very challenging for you, and that's very normal. Give yourself the grace and the space that you need in order to reflect on it. And some things to help you out in regards to writing down some unique strengths, talents, and qualities. Keep it really basic. For example, if you have the ability to breathe without any assistance, write that down. That is a strength that not everybody has the privilege to have on this planet, That is a strength that you uniquely possess. Write it down. If you have the ability to have access to clean drinking water, clean running water, you have access to food, and you're able to keep food down, okay, write that down. That's a unique strength that's a unique strength and privilege that not everybody gets to experience on this planet. So write it down. Some talents that you can write down. I know in this state, if you are feeling in the middle of feeling extremely worthless, you might not be able to reflect on some talents that you have. So if you can't remember any talents that you possess, write down some things that you like to enjoy, that you would possibly want to enjoy in the future. For example, if you've always been fascinated by art, but you don't consider yourself a good drawer or a good painter or whatever, just write that down. Write down that as one of your talents. You enjoy looking at art, you appreciate art, and one day you might, want to dabble in it. Write that down as one of your talents and one of your potential talents. Write down your potential. Anything that sparks an interest for you, write it down. Claim it as a talent of yours. Claim it as a potential talent of yours. Claim it as a quality or attribute that you can positively associate with yourself to help you feel worthy and have a high self-worth. Feed the things that you know that once it grows and once it blossoms within you, it's going to be something that you actually enjoy, or something that you might enjoy, That's some basic things, or those are a little bit those are the templates, I guess, to help you out with this question, especially if you're in the middle of feeling low self-worth. So again, just to wrap up the template for that, keep it extremely basic. Focus on gifts and privileges that you have in this present moment, that you possess in this present moment. Write that down, and as you sit in that space, I promise you more is going to come to your mind, more is going to come to your heart as you reflect on that question. So enjoy! Question number 7, I believe. I don't remember if this is question 7 or 8. I did not mark it in my book or in my journal. All I did was do like a little dash, so I don't know. I think this is question number 7. For question number 7, I think. How might my perspective change if I viewed myself through a lens of compassion and self-acceptance? So, recently I have been heavily drawn to the work done by Your Spiritual Mermaid. You can find her on YouTube. In my community section, I linked one of her videos for an affirmation. But I've been following her for a little while now, and one of the things that I have learned in one of her most recent programs is to view yourself from the lens of somebody that you love. So, how can I describe that? Bear with me one moment, my nose is running. Oh, child. Sorry about that. My nose started to run. Like, why? Anyway. One of the things that I've been learning from one of the courses by Your Spiritual Mermaid is, her name Elizabeth, is when you look at somebody and you admire someone and you love someone, you're going to be kind to them. You're going to show them or treat them with respect. You're going to hold space for them. Oh, that double backs to the previous question. Girl. Sorry, I have to double back for a second. Question number 6 as well. Question number 6, last question that we just touched on. Some qualities. I forgot to mention this. Girl, if you have ever held space for anybody, like you ever heard, like just listen to somebody rant, or even listen to somebody share positive or happy news, that is a very, 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 very unique quality that you possess. Okay, you possess patience. Write that down. Huh? Not everybody has patience to listen to people. You got some folks in this world that won't even give somebody a second or the time of day. So if you have ever sat down and held space for another person, whether that was just empathizing with their situation or celebrating their wins, write that down as a very, very beautiful quality that you possess that is unique for you and is unique for your experience, because not everybody has that. Okay? I had to double back to question number 6 because that made me remember something. I had to double back. I had to. But back to question number 7. What I have been learning from Your Spiritual Mermaid in her Embrace program is that when you look at somebody that you love and admire, you associate so much respect and kindness and love and support to them. You hold space for them. Even if they're like, they have their flaws. You know, everybody got their flaws. Nobody perfect. You're still going to hold space for that person and honor them and respect them because you truly do care about them. You admire them. Why don't you deserve the same from yourself? No less. You know what I mean? So, if you were to view yourself as somebody that you admire and love, what would that do for you? How would that change your life? How would that change your perspective on who you are and what you're worth? Look at yourself from somebody from the outside. But look at yourself through the lens of compassion and respect that you would have for somebody that you admire or love. Okay? Okay, and then this is the last question. or the last little list that you can make for yourself. Question number 8. What actions or practices can I incorporate into my life to cultivate self-worth and self-love? So like I mentioned beforehand, shadow work is a tool to help you get to the root of many issues that you don't necessarily want to shine a light on, but are impacting your daily living circumstances. But at the end of the day, if you can afford to, if you have access to, I highly recommend seeking out professional help as one of the ways that you can take an action towards incorporating self-worth and self-love into your life. By seeking out help from a therapist, a licensed therapist, or a psychiatrist, if you do need medication, you can help yourself. You can help your life. But again, that's if you have the access and if you have the resources to do so. Then yeah, go ahead and seek out professional help. Sorry, my camera turned off. Where did I leave off? Yes, if you can seek out professional help, that is the number one action step that you can take. Highly recommend seeking out a psychiatrist or a licensed therapist, social worker, whoever you need to seek help from in order to get the help that you need to live your best life, okay? Next one, whether or not you seek out professional help, always move your body. One way that you can shift your thoughts, especially when you're feeling very low, is to move your body. Something as simple as just, moving your shoulders, making a joke out of it. Something that can bring you laughter, even if it's just silly movement. Do that. Release those happy hormones in the brain. I think dopamine is one of them. Release those happy hormones by moving. Some movement practices that you can do, if you feel called to do so, you can do yoga. You can do mobility exercises. You can go to the gym if you have access to one. You can work out from home. You obviously got access to YouTube, so you can use YouTube videos. Just search up exercises, simple, beginners, Search it up, do that. If you like to dance, turn on some music, dance. Anything to get yourself moving. You can go on a walk. Something as simple as a walk. If you like to run, more power to you. Run, friend. So yeah, just move your body. Moving your body, it does have scientific evidence. Sorry, I don't know why I blinked on that word. It does have scientific evidence to help out your brain and help you out of depressed moods and depressed feelings. I really don't know how to word that, friend. But I'm going to leave a link to an article that I find in regards to that links movement to mental elevation and mental health. Friend, I'm stumbling over my words at this point. I'm sorry for you, okay? Another thing that you can do, another practice or action that you can declare to continue having in your life is by expressing your emotions as soon as they come. So, I don't condone anything that can harm another person. So if you're mad, I'm not saying fight everybody that's just in your face. I'm not condoning it. Again, I'm not saying that you gotta sing Kumbaya and hold somebody's hand if they spit in your face. But I don't condone violence or any of that. So if you're mad, find a safe way to express that anger. Yell, cuss, get your journal out, write an angry letter. Okay? Write an angry letter, yelling in a safe environment. Don't traumatize people and push your pain onto others. Don't do that. But finding a productive way to channel and express those emotions as they come up, that is going to help you release and not hold on to stuff for that long to the point where it molds. The way that I like to view unpleasant emotions and unpleasant feelings, I view it as mold or mildewing. So if you allow water to just stand and sit and just have all that bacteria grow and grow and grow, eventually you're gonna have something moldy, mildewy, stank. Okay? You're gonna have something stank in your environment. That's how I view emotions that aren't really pleasant, that you just don't allow yourself to express. It's easy to express joy and happiness for many people. Not everybody, but for many people, it's very easy to express joy and happiness. And that's something that we allow to flow out and into the world, and we allow the earth to neutralize that emotion. We just allow that to flow out of us. But as soon as it comes to emotions that aren't necessarily preferable or pretty, it's hard for us to express it. It's hard for us to let those go, let those emotions go. But that's not going to do anything but hurt you in the long run. So what you have to do is find a way to express those emotions in a constructive and productive manner. Again, example, if you mad, yell, cuss, write an angry letter, do something in a safe way that allows you to express yourself without hurting another individual. Again, I don't condone violence. I'm all for self-defense, but don't hurt another person intentionally, even if you're angry, okay? Find a different productive way to channel that emotion, okay? If you're sad, cry. Cry. Journal. Talk about it. Even if nobody is there to hear you or listen to you, talk to yourself. You might think that you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but it's very, very therapeutic to talk to yourself and to work through those emotions through speaking. I know a lot of people, they don't necessarily like to intellectualize their emotions, but sometimes that is a path that you have to take before you allow yourself to feel. And if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. Another thing, feel those emotions fully. As you are expressing them, don't necessarily act through that expression. A way to describe that, if you expect people, or if you think that people expect you to yell and cause a big fuss or whatever when you're angry, so when they trigger your anger, they are expecting you, or you're expecting them to expect you to cuss them clean out. Okay? So as a result, you play that part and you play into that, even if it's not something that's necessarily in alignment with what you want to do. Maybe in that moment when you're triggered and somebody made you upset, maybe you don't feel like cussing them out. Maybe you feel like just being like, just feeling that hurt, like, dang, you really hurt me. Why would you say that? There's no shame in admitting that. None. Okay? So don't act through your expression because you think that's how you should respond to the situation. Let it come naturally. Let it flow naturally. Okay? Another action or practice that you can do to incorporate, it's to release and make space before you consume anything that rebuilds high self-worth. So for example, doing the shadow work here, finding journal prompts online, finding resources online where you're able to ask yourself questions and sit with those questions and reflect on them. That's one way that you can release. Another way, again, moving your body is a way to release any stagnant emotions. Talking it out. Sorry, my camera keeps on cutting out because of the high internal temperature. Another way that you can release is by talking it out, either through professional help or just talking to yourself. Just find ways that suit you and are unique for you that helps you release your stagnant emotions. Okay? Another thing that might not be that common, I guess, is to dive into hobbies that allow you to, I guess, step away from your mind for a little bit and then actually feel your emotions. One thing that people love to do is like art therapy, so drawing, painting, and stuff. It allows them to get out of their head for a second and just be present. And in those moments, they're able to presently feel and release what no longer serves. Get it on a piece of paper, paint it away. Okay? And those are just some examples. Everything, it can be unique for you. How you choose to release, scream, punch the air, exercise, walk, run. Oh, another thing. A lot of people, they have it's like a belief where they view if you say anything with a negative connotation, so no, not, it attracts bad things or attracts the opposite, like your brain doesn't know the difference. I mean, to each their own. Me personally, I feel like no and not can be a very constructive way to release emotions. So saying, I do not identify with low self-worth, that right there can feel like a release, especially if you say it with conviction. I do not identify with low self-worth. Low self-worth is not me. We are not the same. Okay? Saying that can be very therapeutic for you. So that's another thing, you know? Just giving you examples. The next way that you can cultivate more self-worth and self-love is, of course, through affirmations and subliminals. I have a few affirmation and subliminals for the Reset and Refresh series that's targeting self-worth. I highly recommend checking them out. If not, you can always Google some affirmations, repeat it to yourself, say it in a mirror. As you say tap, which I am going to lead you guys through a little bit once you guys finish all the prompts. But yeah, just speak those affirmations into your life. Listen to the subliminals. Listen to the affirmation tapes on YouTube or through whatever source that you have. Record affirmations on your phone. Listen to them in your own voice if you would like to do that. Anything that helps you rebuild after you release all that stagnant energy, yeah, that will definitely help you cultivate more self-worth and self-love. So again, I'm going to leave you guys with the question here. And just take a second to write down ways that you commit and you plan to take action, take aligned action, and practice incorporating and cultivating self-worth and self-love in your life. And when you guys are ready, go ahead and come back to this video so I can lead you through a cool down exercise. Alrighty guys, congratulations on finishing all the journal prompts. I hope that this time where you held space for yourself was very revealing. I hope you were able to shed light on a lot of things that you were hiding from. And I hope that after today's session you feel lighter and you feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulder. If not, I pray that you continue doing the work. Again, if you need to, please seek out professional help. You deserve to be here. The fact that you clicked on this video shows you that you are willing to fight for you. So continue that fight, okay? And with that being said, let's go ahead and cool down a little bit. So, we're going to be doing something called EFT tapping. I highly recommend doing this while listening to any subliminals or affirmations on my channel because it helps you. It's a somatic exercise or a physical exercise that helps your nervous system. Back to what I was saying before my camera shut off. EFT tapping is a somatic exercise that helps you regulate your nervous system, and especially doing shadow work or any type of introspection, reflection, whatever. When you're reflecting on past things that trigger your nervous system in a not so good way. I don't know how to word that. In a not so good way. It's as if you're reliving it, okay? A good example, when I asked you guys to reflect on triggers or situations that make you feel like you have a low self-worth, your mind might have went to the past, and it might have went to past experiences that made you feel that way. You visiting the past experiences in your mind, it's just as real as if it was happening right now in the 3D. So we have to go ahead and regulate our nervous system and calm down and ground ourselves after any heavy introspection or shadow work, you know. So let's go ahead and get started. So when it comes to EFT tapping, I love to use affirmations to help integrate feelings of worthiness and feelings of fearlessness, whatever it is that I'm working on in that moment. And it helps me calm myself down and really just integrate what I actually want to experience in my life. So for this, go ahead and just follow along. Take a deep breath in with me and breathe out. Take a deep breath in with me and breathe out. And begin tapping right here on the side of your hand. It can be whatever hand that you choose. Gently tap and just feel those sensations. And repeat after me. I release feelings of worthlessness. I release feelings of worthlessness. It is natural for me to experience the fullness of all human emotion. It is natural for me to experience the fullness of all human emotion. I will be okay. Take the tapping to your forehead. And honestly, I just like doing a little massage. I will be okay. Take it to the top of your head. I'm safe here. I'm safe here. Take it to the side of your cheekbones, like at the very top. I'm safe here. Take it to the top of your lip. I allow myself to calm down. I allow myself to calm down. Underneath your lip. I allow myself to experience peace now. I allow myself to experience peace now. Take it to right below your collarbone, on your ribcage. I am safe here. I choose to release low self-worth because I am deserving, and then fill in the blank. I choose to release low self-worth because I am deserving, fill in the blank. I choose to release low self-worth because I am deserving of experiencing a full life. Underneath your armpits, to the side of your pec or boob, whatever, and kind of pat your back as well. I am safe here. Other side. I am safe here. I deserve to feel safe in my own body. Top of your head. I deserve to feel safe in my own body. Cheekbones. I am safe here. Head. I choose to observe my thoughts. I don't have to identify with them. I choose to observe my thoughts. I don't have to identify with them. Back to the sides of your hands. I am worthy. Even if I don't feel it right now, I know in my heart I am worthy. I am worthy. Even if I don't feel it right now, I know in my heart I am worthy. Alrighty, and then just shake it out. Shake your full body and repeat, change is safe. Change is safe. Change is natural. Change is safe. I deserve to feel high self-worth. Just have some fun with it. Alrighty, once you guys have gotten all the shakes out, take another deep breath in with me to close it out. Breathe out. Do it again like you mean it. Breathe in. And release everything. Breathe out. Period. I hope you guys enjoyed today's session for shadow work. And I really do hope that after today's session you have a weight lifted off your shoulder. If you do, please comment down below. If not, ground yourself please, and also seek out more additional help. There's plenty of resources on YouTube, plenty of resources on Google, and also, of course, handy dandy professionals. Okay? But yeah, with that being said, if you feel like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulder due to this video, let's think of a fun emoji to put down in the comments. Put down, that emoji? Yeah, because you stronger. You stronger. So go ahead and put down that emoji. And even if you don't feel like that emoji right now, it's okay. That's completely normal. You just took a step in the right direction. You took a step towards aligning yourself with the reality that you do want to experience. And for that, go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back, clap for yourself, celebrate for yourself, because it ain't easy. Not everybody wants to do this type of work. Okay, so pat yourself on the back. But with that being said, I hope that you guys truly did enjoy this video. Like I mentioned beforehand, I do have some resources on my channel that helps you a little bit more in regards to integrating high self-worth. That being the affirmations and subliminals. And I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and save this playlist, the Reset and Refresh. Because we're not just diving into exploring healing low self-worth, healing fear. It's going to be a little bit of everything. Touching base on a little bit of everything. So I hope that you guys enjoy not only this aspect of it, but the full series. Take what you need, leave what you don't. Okay? So yeah. Also, you guys, a little self-plug moment. I launched a website. I know, girl, like, yeah, I launched a website. Check it out. I'm gonna link it down below. I don't know how to advertise it yet, but I launched it. And I'm very happy about it, if you can't see already. On there, it's just an extension of what we got here on YouTube. You know, as I grow, that website is gonna grow. This YouTube is gonna grow. So I hope that you guys follow along with both journeys. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Help it reach other people that are in the same predicament as you, or were in the same predicament as you. Let's help raise their vibrations. Let's help raise their vibe. Let's help them shed light on the things that they don't want to shed light on. Okay? Share this video with somebody that you think it would benefit. If it helped you, it might help somebody else, you know. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What are you waiting for? I don't bite, I promise you, I don't bite. It's free to do. If you don't like me, you can easily unsubscribe. You know, no harm, no foul. But girl, go ahead and subscribe. What you doing? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, hun, for the subscribe. Or for the subscription. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys enjoy more videos that are coming out. Expect more shadow work videos, especially for the month of June and July. Expect more affirmations, more subliminals. And if you guys like these type of sit down talking videos, go ahead and list down below what you might want me to touch on, or what you might want me to shed light on. Through this experience. Also comment down below if you feel called to do so. You never know if you're going to help somebody else. Comment down below what you learned during the session. What was revealed to you that might be triggering to somebody, or it might trigger somebody to reveal something within themselves as well. Okay? Only if you feel called to do so. Ain't nobody forcing you, girl. Ain't nobody forcing you. So yeah. With that being said, that is the end of this video, the conclusion. Hope you guys live your best lives. Peace, love, and light to you all.